Well, hey everyone, welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic Tuesday. We are going to talk about Monarch First Edition and Unlimited. Again, I hope you're having yourself a great day. Find something to be joyful about. Find something to be excited about. Until then, let's talk about Monarch and what's going on in the market. Let's hop in and look at some stuff before we get there. If you want to support the channel, head on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG. You get access to this collection tracker. You can see the wonderful value of your collection. You also get access to a Midtown Merchant discount code and box openings, everything you see on the channel, gameplay, places to play the game 3 times a week, plus a monthly armor event, or monthly Classic Constructed League. 3 armor events a week. Anyway, let's talk about Monarch. Let's talk about sealed product first. So a couple weeks ago, if you don't remember, obviously Rudy was buying boxes at $200 a box. If you watched Rudy's video yesterday, it wasn't super encouraging. But it's something that might be encouraging is we have approached a kind of point where we're starting to move up a little bit on Monarch boxes. This is after a bunch of stores kind of dumped product pretty low. So right now you have some boxes selling for like $160, $175, $180. There's a case for $660. You've also seen a lot of stores selling some bundles for Black Friday this past week direct on their marketplace. So keep that in mind, but I'm going to put it at 170 this week, 160, 180, 190, it is all over the place. But I have seen some even downwards of, on average for a case, 150 per box, sold in bundles and deals for, Black Friday this week. Anyway, a little bit of a retracement back up, which is super good. Of course, this is when we kind of saw those stores kind of start to dump product. And we saw some even distribution networks that said that they had boxes for LGSs all of a sudden. It's been a weird world, but that's kind of where we are. I'm going to call it 170 here. Looking at the Fable, again, we have some not great news on a lot of the cold foils. Fable selling for about $800 over on eBay. You can make arguments for more, but I tried to kind of take the where the averaging of the last kind of couple prices is, and so there you got one for $800 and $840. This one sold for $1,000 today, but I'm just gonna call it $825 because there was enough other ones on the market this week for $800-ish. Again, yeah, it's just kind of all over the place right now. This is like the type of stuff. We'll get to the legendaries. Let's get to the legendaries that are down 13%. You can see Footsteps again. Footsteps, you've got sold listings at 235, 236, 237, 285, 295, 250, 255. I'm gonna put it at 245 for this video and for the EV. I think what you're seeing on a lot of these things as we go to, let me show you the average here is 153, which is down 13%, Carrion Husk at 205, Doomsday 83, Eclipse 92, Vestige of Soul 158, Phantasmal Footsteps 215. As you look at the regular cold foils, you got cold foil commons that are still losing some value. You've got cold foil Majestic still losing some value. All in all, those cold foils are down 15%, Majestics down 16, commons down 14. This is, in my opinion, this is an opinion piece, the result of these stores. This is a direct result. These stores dump product. People are able to get boxes in the $150, $160, dollar range, big, huge, a lot of them, and then they open up boxes because they got the boxes so cheap, and then they don't need to sell it. They don't need to sell the cold foils for as much to make their money back, so they just sell them for less. So that's my opinion of what's going on. This is like a 2 or 3 week old reaction to the market on boxes drop down. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dreaming, but. That seems to be where product is right now. Majestic rainbow foils, the alt arts here. I do not have access to my, I'm still working on getting the graphs all fixed up, everyone, so stay with me. The Majestic alt arts are down 25%. You've got Herald of Erudition selling for $125 over on TCG Player. Lumina Ascension for $140 on TCG Player. Mark of the Beast for $105 on TCG Player. That's where those prices came from. Those are down 25%, an average of $123. Majestics, these are awfully close to the unlimited pricings on all these two. The Majestic rainbow foils, sorry, we're going to have to do this for almost everything. The Majestic rainbow foils are sitting down at 10%. Oops, what did I do? Undo that. Error. Majestic rainbow foils are sitting down 10% to an average of $9.86. And if you take a look over here and look at some of the percentages that things are going down individually, you're seeing some increases on some of them, but for the most part, things are dropping down. You've got Shadow Plasmafet seeing some action. Plasmafet. Dimensional Crossroads down 17%. You've got Shadow Puppetry down 41%. There's a lot of meta shifts going on. A lot of, we're at the end of a competitive season, so it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what's going on. I wouldn't say that people are necessarily scooping up cards to build decks right now. Probably more realistically, at the end of the competitive season, you see some people selling their decks as they anticipate maybe next season they'll be changing decks, so might as well get rid of their cards now. Your regular Majestics, though, are down 2% to an average of $3.59. Rares, again, there's not much value in some of these things like the rares. Captain's Call, though, a card that's seeing a little bit of a buyout going on. That's the only one to kind of notice here. I don't think it's necessarily selling for $9, but that is TCG low right now. So Captain's Call seeing a lot of interaction. Even the regular rare is drying up on the marketplace. That's up to $3 on TCG low. So Captain's Call, if you have a bulk bin, make sure you check that out. Looking at the EV calculation then, as you get into this, it might be slightly different the way that's calculated from last week, but it should be relatively the same accuracy. A box EV, if you're opening up 40 boxes, you're including the Fable, you're sitting at $165.94. If you don't include the Fable, if you're just opening up a case, you would be sitting at a case EV of about $153. If you open up a box and you don't want to include the legendary or Fable, if you open up a 40 box average, you're sitting, is that what this actually includes? Let me double check. Yeah, this doesn't include the legendary or the Fable. This is just a cold foil. Yeah, the Majestics at $95. If you include just the common cold foil, you're sitting at $85. If you do pull a Majestic cold foil, you're sitting at $219. So again, the KCV, feels pretty good. I would say if you can get boxes in the 170, it might be worth it to have some fun opening it. The only question I have is, do we continue to see a decrease here with the cold foils? If that continues to see a decrease as a result of the cheaper box prices, it might not be worth opening. You might have some competition for the sales. But for the most part, I think it would be fun to open up boxes of Monarch First Edition, and you're about breaking even on the EV, according to these prices and that stuff. So I think it'd be worth it to open up a box. Let's see what's going on with Unlimited before we continue into all this stuff. Sealed boxes, again, on TCG Player is kind of where we track this. You're sitting about $65. You can get them a little bit less other places like eBay. I know there's some auctions that are ending much cheaper than that. Looking at the Fable, the Great Library of Solana, still sitting at about $310. No huge change there. That card is so good. Watch the gameplay video from earlier today. There's no way that Nick would have won that game without playing the library. Sitting at your legendaries, the legendaries are down 1%. No real changes here. Vestige of Soul at 115, Footsteps at 130, Valiant Dynamo 48, Carrion Husk at 132, Doomsday at 39, and Eclipse at 30. The Majestic Rainbow Foils, like some of these are close. Let's see what the prices of the first edition. I always like comparing. The Majestic Rainbow Foils are sitting at almost an average of $10. So there is almost double value in the first edition Majestics for the cold foils, or the rainbow foils, sorry. Sonata Arcanic seeing one of the more expensive ones. Celestial Cataclysm at 19, Soul Shield at 17. And then you got your weapons here, like Luminaris and Luminaris at 13, Raiden at 5. Those are holding their value pretty well, actually. We saw a buyout of Exude Confidence a couple weeks ago, and now we're starting to see it fade away a little bit, down to 17. Same with Nourishing Emptiness, not as big of a deal, but Nourishing Emptiness seeing a little bit of softness this week as well for the Rainbow Foil. All right, looking into the Majestics then, on average, these ones are much closer to the first edition. $3.09 on Unlimited. If you compare it to first edition, that's only like 50 cents less on average. So pretty much following suit with the first edition counterparts. Again, but the additional idea here is that you you have these moving a little bit quicker just because they are like the lowest valued ones on TCG Player. So when you do your auto deck thing, it kind of automatically adds them. No huge major changes to write home about. But on average, you're down to $3.09, which is down 6%. Let's see what Captain's Call is doing for unlimited as well. Captain's Call, yeah, up 1,000%. So Captain's Call, seeing a buyout in the rares. I do not advise that you buy out rares from unlimited sets just for everyone's reference. Who's going to buy that at $4 or $5 a box or a card? Make sure you check your bulk bins and sell that news. I would do that faux show. All right, let's take a look at the EV calculation. A box including 40 boxes. If you open up all 40, you're sitting at $76.88. If you're able to just open up a case, so you're not including the Fable here, you're sitting at $307.42. Let me make sure I don't include the Fable in that one. Yeah, that does include the Fable, sorry. But KCV is sitting at $307.42. If you don't want to include the Legendary or the Fable, you're sitting at $36. And if you if you hit a Majestic Rainbow Foil, you're sitting at $42. So again, if you're going to open up a case, you'll be sitting pretty good. So if you just open up a case, if you don't want to include the Fable here, the other sheet does that one. You just take away 7 times 4, 28. So you'd be sitting at like $280 without pulling a Fable. It's pretty safe to open up a case. Again, if you're looking for fun to open up packs, I have to say Monarch is a good way to do it. Monarch, obviously, a lot of the heroes that are being played in the competitive play right now are from Monarch. So a lot of the singles are moving quicker than some of the other sets. And so it's a good place to start, I think, if you are looking for a place to open up boxes. But anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. If you want access to all this data as a collection tracker, you want access to Discord server armory events and monthly CC League, go on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG. Get yourself access to that and support the channel. Hope you guys have a great day. One more time, remember to be kind to the people around you, and we will see you again in another video.